Stumbling onto freedom. Stumbling onto freedom. Stumble. Verb. Used without object. Stumbled. Stumbling. To strike the foot against something, as in walking or running, so as to stagger or fall, trip. More than a decade ago, I began a lifelong journey of self-employment by any means necessary. I never planned to be an entrepreneur. I just didn't want to work for someone else. Yes. From a cheap apartment in Memphis, Tennessee, I watched what other people had done and tried to reverse engineer their success. I started by importing a coffee from Jamaica, selling it online because I saw other people making money from it. I didn't have any special skills in importing, roasting, or selling. I did, however, consume much of the product through frequent testing. If I needed money, I learned to think in terms of how I could get what I needed by making something and selling it, not by cutting costs elsewhere or working for someone else. This distinction was critical because most budgets start by looking at income and then defining the available choices. I did it differently, starting with a list of what I wanted to do, and then figuring out how to make it happen. The income from the business didn't make me rich, but it paid the bills and brought me something much more valuable than money: freedom. I had no schedule to abide by. No time sheet to fill out, no useless reports to hand in, no office politics, and not even any mandatory meetings to attend. I spent some of my time learning how a real business works, but I didn't let it interfere with a busy schedule of reading in cafes during the day and freelancing as a jazz musician at night. Looking for a way to contribute something greater to the world. I moved to the West Africa and spent 4 years volunteering with a medical charity, driving Land Rover packed with supplies to clinics throughout Sierra Leone and Liberia. I learned how freedom is connected to the responsibility, and how I could combine my desire for independence with something that helped the rest of the world. After returning to the United States, I developed a career as a writer in the same way I learned to do everything else, starting with an idea, the figuring everything else out along the way. Wow. I began a journey to visit every country in the world, traveling to 20 countries a year and operating my business wherever I went. At each step along the way, the value of freedom has been a constant compass. Wow. There is no rehab program for being addicted to freedom. Once you have seen what it's like on the other side. Good luck trying to follow someone else's rules ever again.